Early mornings, tired muscles,
Here's the pitch. That one in the zone! Outlaws win! Outlaws win!
And a very pleasant Friday, everybody, as we come to you from Hawthorne Field here in Pocatello, as the Outlaws move from the play-in rounds into the bracket play, as it becomes single elimination, as they come in as the number 5 seed overall, and will take on the 4 seed, the Pocatello Razorbacks, here today. Dan Hubbard with you, sitting in for Elon again, as Elon's off and doing some other things. We have the state all-star volleyball tournament coming up for you over the weekend, so he's off doing that, and we have this game for you here today. For the Outlaws, who went winless in the first 3 rounds in the round robin portion, losing their first 3 games as they lost to Bonneville by a score of 4-2. They lost to Marsh Valley 6-1, and then got shut out yesterday by Billings by a score of 3-0, as they will take on the Razorbacks from Pocatello here today. Pocatello comes in at 1-2, losing to Skyline and Jerome, and then kind of took it out a little bit yesterday on Wood River, winning by the score of 16-9. Coming up here on the pregame show. The pregame show, of course, brought to you by Allstate, the Jones Agency. You're in good hands with Allstate and the Jones Agency. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about today's game. We'll also visit with Coach Nick Small coming up in just a little bit. You have the keys to the game and the starting lineups as we work our way down toward the first pitch of today's game. We'll do all that as we continue right after this.
When it comes to protecting what you love, you want an insurance agent that cares more about your world, more about what you need. And that's exactly what you get with me, Todd Jones, your Southwest Wyoming Allstate agent. I am an agent who knows what it's like to live in Southwest Wyoming, and one who wants to protect our way of life as much as you do. Contact the Jones Allstate Agency today for your free quote, 307-789-1541. Again, that's 307-789-1541. Allstate, you're in good hands.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified Level 1 on high reliability schools by the Brozana Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
There's nothing better than finding the perfect gift for someone. Whether it's a baby shower, birthday, or anniversary, Ivory and Iron has everything to make gift-giving fun. Come enjoy the beautiful atmosphere, mouth-watering chocolates, and beautiful floral arrangements. Ivory and Iron, 1101 Main Street, Evanston.
Time for our Scene Setter on this Friday morning, as the Scene Setter brought to you by El Paso All-American and Mexican Restaurant, El Paso, best in the West. Well, the first thing you notice about today's game is the weather has certainly changed. Yes, the skies are clear, a little bit of storm clouds overhead earlier this morning, but they have burnt off. But a little bit of warmer temperatures and a stiff breeze blowing this morning that we did not have the first 2 days of the tournament. About a 20-mile-an-hour wind blowing from the third base line directly out to right field. So certainly that is going to play a little bit into today's game. Starting pitchers today, first for Evanston, it'll be Walker Wilson. He'll get the start today, so he moves in from his center field spot to take over on the mound. And he will go up against, fortunately for both the Pocatello team, all we have is last names. He'll go up against Moore, who will get the start today for the Pocatello Razorbacks. And that's your scene setter for this afternoon. El Paso All-American and Mexican Restaurant, El Paso, Best in the West, brings you our scene setter here today. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk to the coach. We'll do that right after this.
Risk takers, adventure seekers, optimists, authentic people with the fire in their belly and greatness in their hearts. You'll find them here, in a place where the spirit of the cowboy lives and thrives.
I am a cowboy.
I am a cowboy.
Soy vaquera. The world needs more cowboys.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way. I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankham, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? He told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing, and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankham.
Well, give him a call, 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankham at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
Welcome back. It's the Outlaws and the Razorbacks coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Time to talk to the coach as the pregame interview brought to you by Ellingford Brothers, as we'll sit and we'll talk with Nick Small. Well, after losing, unfortunately, the first 3 games of the tournament here, you had 24 hours away from the ballpark. That must have been a welcome break.
Yeah, it was a good break for the kids. They enjoyed themselves, and it was kind of a good afternoon of team bonding, and we had a good afternoon yesterday.
You guys, I didn't see the van around the hotel. Did you guys go and to take in some of the sights around Pocatello?
We stuck around, did a little batting practice, and then went and enjoyed a day at the water park for a couple hours, and came back and got some dinner and just let the boys chill out the rest of the afternoon and evening.
Did they get together and watch the basketball game a little bit last night?
They were in their rooms. I'm sure they did.
All right, let's talk about today. You move out of pool play. Now you go into the bracket play here. Now it becomes a single elimination. It's survive and advance from now on.
Yep, and I feel we're sitting pretty good with where our team's at, and we've been in 3 close ball games, and that's all we can ask for. And we're going to catch a break and get a win here, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that it do too. I mean, Allred threw a heck of a game yesterday, and unfortunately just didn't get the offensive support.
Yeah, Hank pitched well, and we got another good pitcher on the mound today with Walker Wilson, and he'll command the mound, and we'll have a shot at this.
What can we expect out of Wilson on the mound?
Good command, good control, and hopefully he limits the walks, and we'll have a good day.
Thanks. Good luck, Coach, and have a good day.
All right, thank you.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Take a bite into a sweet, delicious fruit pie complimented by the best pie crust ever made when you purchase a pie from the Pie Hole. The menu also includes sandwiches, soups, and salads for lunch or dinner. The Pie Hole, 1023 Main Street in Evanston. Love at first bite.
When it comes to protecting what you love, you want an insurance agent that cares more about your world or about what you need. And that's exactly what you get with me, Todd Jones, your Southwest Wyoming Allstate agent. I am an agent who knows what it's like to live in Southwest Wyoming and one who wants to protect our way of life as much as you do. Contact the Jones Allstate Agency today for your free quote, 307-789-1541. Again, that's 307-789-1541. Allstate, you're in good hands.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
And we're ready to play baseball here on this Friday morning as Walker Wilson leads it off for the Outlaws as he takes the first pitch outside. The next pitch is a breaking ball over, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's give you the starting lineups, brought to you by Varsity Inc. Get all your Red Devil gear at Varsity Inc. on Main Street. Varsity Inc., we're all on the same team. As the next pitch, again, misses, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Walker Wilson leading off. He does the pitching today for Evanston. Ryan Baldwin bats second. He'll play at second base as that pitch is over for a strike as Wilson goes down looking, and that's the first out. So 1 out, and that'll bring up Ryan Baldwin. Baldwin playing at second base. Hank Allred comes out on deck. He's the catcher today and hits third. Colin Morrow will hit fourth and play at shortstop, and the first pitch to Baldwin is up high, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Brecken Rich will hit sixth as that next pitch is hit foul. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Rich is playing first base today. Jason Osborne's in right field. He'll bat 7th. Damon Kaman is in left. He'll bat 8th. And Ryder Wilson, the center fielder, will bat in the number 9 spot. As the next pitch to Baldwin swung on and missed. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll give you the lineup for the Pocatello Razorbacks when they come up here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Next pitch to Baldwin is up high again, ball 2 balls and no strikes. Well, you can really hear that wind blowing in our crowd mic here today. As see if we can turn that down a little bit as the next pitch to Baldwin is swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Mr. Moore here in the top of the first inning. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Hank Allred. Allred, as we mentioned, pitched a heck of a game yesterday against Billings. It was 1-0 going into the bottom of the 6th inning when Billings pushed across a couple of runs off the relievers for the Outlaws and ended up winning the game by a score of 3-0. Breaking ball to Allred. That's over for a strike. As Moore jumps out ahead of Allred. As the next pitch, little drop down fastball, that misses, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 on Allred here in the top of the first inning. Moore ready. Here comes the 1-2. Hit in the air to center. And going back on the ball is Stuckey. Still going back. He's still giving ground. It's going to hit and bounce up against the fence in center field. Allred hustles to second base, and he'll be there with a 2-out double here in the top of the first inning. As Stuckey was playing shallow and was victim of that wind as it really kind of took off on him, ended up well back over his head. And for Allred, just his second hit of the tournament, both of them has gone for extra bases. So 2 outs and a man at second base, and here's Colin Morrow. Moore checks back at Allred a couple of times, comes home to Morrow, and the first pitch is down low, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Morrow with just with 1 hit in the tournament. He's 1 for 4 overall. He's walked a couple of times. Also had a sacrifice bunt, and he was also hit by a pitch. That's why he only has a 4 official at-bats so far through the first 3 games. That pitch is down low. Believe the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody operating the scoreboard today, as the next pitch is over. So Morrow back up in there again. Moore checks and comes home, and that ball popped up. Foul territory, first base side. Nobody able to see it. And even though it lands in foul territory, it was far enough to where nobody could get to it. In fact, I don't think anybody saw it right off the bat. The skies are very clear, so it's a very high sky. Makes it more difficult for the outfielders to track the ball. 2-2 here on Morrow, as the next pitch is hit foul again, back to the screen. So it stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here just in the top of the first inning. Glad to have you with us in the first game of the elimination round. Ready again is Moore, looks back at Allred, and the 2-2 to Morrow. Popped up again. This one again in foul territory. The first baseman, John, trying to give chase, but he can't handle the wind as the wind blows it away from him. And again, it'll drop foul untouched. This wind like this is fairly common up here in the Pocatello area. I've done many games up here over the past 4 years, and it's not a big surprise that the wind is blowing like this. Again, the 2-2. Grounded toward third, and again it's foul outside of third and down the line. So it stays 2-2 on Colin Morrow, hitting in the 4 spot today. As Braxton Bauer not in the starting lineup here today. Again, the 2-2. Moore sets, comes home, and that ball again popped up. Foul ground. Let's see if John learned his lesson. Nope, still not going to be able to get to that one, as again the wind blows it away from him. You're really going to have to adjust for the wind, especially if you're an infielder waiting for the ball to come down. You've got to give it a lot more room than normal. Just run backwards and let the wind bring the ball back to you. That's not what John has done in those 2 foul balls. He's expected the ball to come right straight down, and it ends up landing about 20 feet behind him. Again, the 2-2. It's up high ball, 3-2 rather. It's up high, ball 4, as headed down to first base goes Morrow. So a double and a walk, 2 men on, and that brings up Ryan Hoover. Hoover walked a couple of times yesterday. He was 0 for 1 overall, and takes the first pitch here over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Officially, Ryan hitless in the tournament. He's 0 for 6 as he starts play here today. Moore's next pitch, swung on and hit foul. So no balls and 2 strikes. Want to welcome those folks who are listening to the trade show. As the ground ball to short, they'll go the short way, get the force out. Out at second base is Morrow, 6-4 on the force there for the out number 3. And Evanston goes here in the top of inning number 1. No runs, a hit, 2 men left. As we're done with a half inning, we'll go to the bottom of the first. It's Evanston 0, and the Pocatello Razorbacks coming to the plate.
Early mornings, tired muscles, pride, and grit. At Varsity Inc., we know how much work goes into building competitive teams. We work hard providing the gear you need to celebrate the teams you love. Be your athlete's biggest fan in apparel from Varsity Inc. Come in today, 926 Main Street, Evanston.
Build your own juicy, mouth-watering hamburgers just like you do at home with 1, 2, or 3 patties at the Down Home Eatery. Also enjoy salads and sandwiches. Down Home Eatery is located on Highway 89. Dine in or carry out. Call 679-2002.
Well, move along here to the bottom of inning number 1. Let's give you the starting lineup today for the Pocatello Razorbacks. And again, the starting lineups are brought to you by Varsity Inc. Get all your Red Devil gear at Varsity Inc. on Main Street. Varsity Inc., we're on your team. For the Blackhawks, it'll be, or I should say for the Razorbacks, again, we don't have first names, but we've seen some of these kids before. Eli Blackhawk leads off. He's the second baseman. Keller is the shortstop. He'll hit in the number 2 spot. The first baseman, John, hits third. The catcher, Stringfellow, will hit in the 4 spot, while the left fielder, Wynn, hits 5th. Kuntz is playing in right field today. He'll hit 6th. Stuckey, the center fielder, hits in the 7 spot. Romerl is the third baseman. He'll hit 8th. And then Snell is the designated hitter today, as they opt to use the DH for more. As going out and going through his warm-up tosses is Walker Wilson here in the bottom of inning number 1. So survive and advance in elimination bracket play now for the tournament here, starting on this Friday morning. If the Outlaws win, they'll move on and play again tomorrow in the semifinal game. And if they advance past that game, the championship game is tomorrow evening here in Pocatello. If they lose today, they're done. They're out. They can go home and go back to the hotel and pack and do whatever they need to do and get ready for their next set of games after this tournament is over. The next games coming up for the Outlaws will be Tuesday when they travel to Jackson for a doubleheader there. All right, ready to go. Bottom of the first inning, Blackhawk to lead it off here against Walker Wilson. As Wilson sets up on top of the bump, he'll work out of the stretch even though there's nobody on base. And here's Blackhawk, who takes the first pitch down low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. For the Razorbacks, even though they lost the first 2 games of the tournament, they came out and certainly flexed their muscles yesterday as they put up 16 runs against Wood River yesterday and winning by the score of 16-9 as that pitch misses outside. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's over for a strike, and it's 2-1 to Blackhawk. Blackhawk, who attended Century High School and played on the baseball and basketball teams there, as that pitch is hit foul. I believe he even played football as well, as a matter of fact. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Blackhawk, here to lead off in the bottom of the first inning. Wilson ready again. Here's the 2-2. Again, hit foul as Blackhawk stays alive. And again, you can hear the wind whipping around through our crowd mic. As it's really kind of blowing in circles. It's more blowing in from left field now. As that pitch misses outside, he runs the count full, does Wilson. 3-2 here on Blackhawk as the leadoff man here in the bottom of inning number 1. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hit in the air toward left center field. The ball's going to bring the ball back into towards center field, but they're not going to get it. It's going to fall between them, and it's going to roll all the way to the fence. And Blackhawk's going to keep rolling too, all the way to third, and he is in there with a dive. So Blackhawk triples to open the bottom of the first inning. And the leadoff man for the Razorbacks stands at third base with nobody out. was hit toward left field, and the wind just blew it, kept blowing it way over into the gap in left center. And by the time Ryder Wilson came over to try to get there, the ball got by him and gone to the fence. So here is Keller, and Keller is hitting the back with the first pitch. So a triple and now a hit batter. Runners at first and third. And Walker Wilson digging himself a little bit of a hole here in the bottom of the first inning. Here's John, the first baseman, up to the hit, still looking for their first out. As Wilson sets, looks back over at first, and thinking that Keller would be running, he goes over there, and Keller hops back on the bag. Outfield pretty much straight away. Osborne playing in right field, playing maybe just a little bit shallow for the condition. As there goes the runner, the pitch is over, the throw bounces into center field, it's backed up, the throw back to the plate is not in time. So Blackhawk comes home. There'll actually be a throwing error against the catcher Allred to allow Blackhawk to score on the bad throw to second base. As Blackhawk was not coming home originally on the stolen base attempt by Keller, who swipes the second base bag, and now he is out there at second base with still nobody out. And the first baseman, John, waiting at the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Wilson sets, comes home. The next pitch to John is lined, knocked down by the shortstop. He had Morrow as one play. That across to first in time for the out. John's out 6-3 for the first out, but the runner, Keller, moves over to third base. So 1 out. 1-0 Pocatello. They're going to run here in the top of the first inning. Or check that, in the bottom of the first inning, I should say. And now here's Stringfellow, the catcher, the number 4 hitter. He'll turn around and hit from the left side here against the right-hander Wilson, and the first pitch is up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. This Pocatello Razorback team is made up of the best underclassmen from representing all 3 of the high schools here in the Pocatello area. As next pitch is hit foul off the third base side, it'll become a souvenir. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So some of these guys we've seen, or at least I have, playing for either Pocatello or Century over the last couple of years. But there's also guys from Highland, which is the oldest high school here in town. Ground ball up the middle into center field, base hit. So Stringfellow singles in a run, and it's 2-0. So a pair of runs in the bottom of the first inning for Pocatello. And that brings up the left fielder Wynn. Still only 1 out in the inning, as Stringfellow will get a courtesy runner as he heads back over to the dugout, put the gear back on. And now here's Wynn with a runner at first base. And it's 2-0 Pocatello. Wilson out of the stretch, checks and comes home. And the first pitch is a little slider, misses down low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. If you're keeping track of it, Pocatello would be the number 4 seed over the 8 teams in the elimination bracket, as that pitch is up high, ball 2 balls and no strikes. Evanston would come in at the number 5 spot. There was a game last night that really kind of flip-flopped everything around, as Evanston was really expecting as the pitch over for a strike. There goes the runner again, and the throw from Allred again is high at second base, and it's a stolen base. So instead of finishing in the 6th spot, Evanston got bounced up a spot into the 5 spot. When we left the ballpark yesterday, about 11 o'clock in the morning, we fully expected that we'd be playing at 1 o'clock today, as that ball's going to be hit in the air to right. Osborne coming up. He cannot get there. It falls in front of him. There goes the runner to the third. Osborne's throw is good, right on the money, and he is out. So Wynn singles to right field, and then Osborne comes up and guns down the courtesy runner. 9-5, and that's the third out of the inning, but not before Pocatello scores 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors by the Evanston, and there was 1 man left in the inning. Oops, I'm sorry, that was only the second out. My bad. Got an out ahead of myself. So here's Coons with 2 outs. Runner over at first base, and Coons' first ball swing, hits it in the air to center. Wilson coming over, has a beat on this one, and makes the catch. So Coons flies out and bail me out of making a mistake as Coons flies out to center field. Now we can wrap up and go to the break as Pocatello scores twice on 3 hits, and they leave 1 man on base. We're done with an inning here today. We'll go to the second after 1. It's Pocatello 2, Evanston nothing.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today, 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Well, 1 inning in the book here in Pocatello from Hawthorne Field, as it's 2-0 Pocatello Razorbacks. And here as we go to the top of the second, it'll be Breckenridge, Jason Osborne, and Damon Kamon due up for the Evanston Outlaws. That'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup. So they got post 2 in the inning off of Walker Wilson to see if the Outlaws can get him back here as we go to the second. As it is Moore finishing up his warm-up tosses. Ball goes off the catcher's glove, back to the backstop. He throws it down to second base, and we're ready to go here. As Breckenridge walks to home plate. Rich 1 for 3 yesterday against Billings, had struck out in the game. He's 2 for 9 overall in the tournament. Both of his hits are singles. He's also reached on an error in the games, as that first pitch misses down low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Rich also struck out once yesterday as well. Well, the strikeouts certainly have been a bugaboo for the Outlaws in these games. That pitch is down low again. Next pitch home is outside again to Rich. Here's the next pitch. Brecken takes that pitch low, and he walks on 4 pitches to lead off the second inning. So the first walk allowed to, check that, the second walk allowed to Evanston batters here today, and that'll bring up Jason Osborne. With the 2 walks issued to Outlaw hitters, that is 10 now on the tournament, as they had 8 walks through the first 3 games. First pitch to Osborne misses outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. They've had 2 strikeouts in the first inning. That means their strikeout total as a team is up to 28 now through 22 innings. Oh, Osborne's going to bunt. Gets it down. Moore down to get it. Has 1 play. That to first base. Makes it across in time for the out. Rich moves up to second base. 1-3 on the sack. And there's one out here in the top of the second inning, and that'll bring up Damon Come On. In fact, for Evanston, as they had only 11 hits through the first 3 games, as a team, through the first 3 games of the tournament, hitting just 172. As first pitch to came on is down low in the dirt, ball 1. Rich hanging out there at second base. And not advancing on that ball in the dirt. The next pitch to come on is swung on and missed. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Come on, without an official at-bat yesterday, he got up to the plate twice, but he had sacrificed bunts both times, neither of which count as official at-bats. Next pitch hit foul back into the screen. So Come On takes a little walk around. Climbs back into the box. Rich walk with a walking lead away from second base. Keller tries to sneak in behind him. Breaking pitch as Come On tries to time it, but chops it foul back to the backstop. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 and 2 on Damon Come On here with 1 out in the top of the second inning. That wind is whipping, and it is very gusty as well as that pitch is up high. And it's now 2 and 2. Two offering, swung on and missed. So Come On strikes out. Second out of the inning, 3rd strikeout for Moore in the game. And that brings up the number 9 hitter in the lineup for Evanston, Ryder Wilson, coming to the plate for the first time here today. Wilson, who did not play in the game yesterday, was 0 for 4 over the first 2 games on the doubleheader here on Wednesday, as he swings and misses at a pitch up in his eyes, and he falls behind 0-1. In fact, he was 0 for 4. He did reach base on a walk once on Wednesday, but he struck out 4 times. And the next pitch is a fastball thrown past him again, and it's 0-2. Evanston trying to do something with the leadoff walk. 2 outs. Rich is still standing at second base, and the next pitch is swung on and missed as Wilson strikes out on 3 pitches. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 4 in the game now for Moore, and Evanston's gone here in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 man left. We'll go to the bottom of the second, where it's Pocatello 2, Evanston nothing.
This is Colt Hamilton with Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston. I'm excited to announce our new Legendary Leadership Award. Each month we are going to be giving away $1,000 to a local legendary leader. We need your nominations. We want to start giving back to people that have stepped up to keep our community thriving. Nominate anyone from leaders among our schools, healthcare workers, first responders, and so on. Who do you know that has made an impact in our community? Together, let's recognize and reward people that have made a difference in your lives. Email me your nominations at leaders@RockyMountainYetiEvanston.com or click the link below. Again, that's leaders@RockyMountainYetiEvanston.com.
Whether you're a high school student or a community member looking for change, let Uinta BOCES #1 and Western Evanston Outreach help you get started. Career opportunities await you when you further your education. Programs include workforce training, college credit for high school students, and college and career readiness. What are you waiting for? Find your passion. Enroll today. Call 789-5742 or email info@uintaeducation.org.
Two nothing Pocatello as we go to the bottom of the second here today. As Walker Wilson, who gave up a couple of runs in the first inning, ready to go into his second inning of work, gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. And Stuckey will lead it off here as we go to the bottom of the second inning. So Cutter Stuckey, kid that we saw a lot of this past year. He was part of that Pocatello varsity baseball team that ended up finishing tied for 3rd in the state in the 4A levels. He shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes the first pitch down low, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Stuckey, Romerol, and Snell due up here in the bottom of inning number 2. As the next pitch, again in the dirt. Nope, Dubson going to call that one a strike. It will be a strike. Bounced away from Allred and went to the backstop. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch home from Wilson. Reached out, poked, popped up in foul ground. Rich gives chase in foul ground, but the wind's going to keep blowing it away from him. And it ends up falling out of his reach. And it goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. Cutter Stuckey back up in the box behind 1-2. And again, boy, the wind's starting to gust again as that pitch is in the dirt, goes to the backstop, and it's 2-2. I would say the normal sustained wind, probably 15 to 20, but it's gusting up closer to 30, maybe 35 at times, like right now. As again, you can hear it in the crowd mic as we turn that back down a little bit. The 2-2 pitch is hit foul at home plate. Rolls over to the backstop right in front of us, and it stays at 2-2. So 2-2. Again, Stuckey back up into the box. Wilson ready, the 2-2 offering. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. So Cutter Stuckey goes down looking. That's the first out and the first strikeout today for Walker Wilson. 1 out here in the second, and that'll bring up Romerol. So Romerol, another one of those local kids who played on the local teams, and takes that first pitch up high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Wilson's next pitch swung on and missed as Romerol chased one up in his eyes and couldn't connect with it. And he falls behind 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, big overhand curveball, stays high, not much bite to it, so it stays high. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 missed outside. One of the 2 runs that scored by Pocatello in the bottom of the first inning, we talk about the wind and how strong it is. In the first inning, well, just they're getting used to it as you come back, and Romerol ends up drawing a walk from Wilson. So he'll head down to first base. That's the first walk today against the Evanston starter and the number 9 hitter, the designated hitter, Snell, coming up to the plate. So Wilson goes back to working out of the stretch again. Romner over at first, bluffs a couple of times. The first pitch to Snell is hit foul, straight back over the top of the scoreboard, I should say the backstop area. They have a little short backstop and some steel bleachers right behind home plate, and that's about all the seating that there is here at Hawthorne Field. They go to first base, and back to the bag is Romerol. Ready again. The pitch home is popped up. That'll go foul. Land just outside the first base dugout where the Outlaws reside. So the count goes to, I believe it's 2-2. As again, Romerol with a lead over there at first. Good lead. He's not going, and the pitch is a fastball that's high. So again, Rommel off to a pretty good lead. Snell climbs back into the box again. Wilson again back up on top and comes home. The next pitch, a breaking ball that misses inside. 2-2. The count on Snell here with one out in the bottom of the second inning as Blackhawk waits on deck. Wilson sets at the letters, looks back over at first. Runner does not go, and the pitch is down low. Runs the count full, 3-2. So with a full count, we'll keep an eye on Romer over at first base, see if they decide to start him here at 3-2. Wilson ready again. Rommel at first. He does not go, and the 3-2 pitch is hit on the ground to second base. They'll feed Morrow at second. Back to first, not in time. So they get the force play as Snell will be over at first. Rommel out 4-6 on the force. So there's 2 outs. And now back to the top of the order in Eli Blackhawk, who tripled and came home to score the first of the 2 runs last inning for Pocatello. As the wind starts to gust up yet again. First pitch popped up, foul territory, right in front of the first base dugout. Rich coming over, but can't quite get there. It was glove, ball, and railing all kind of converging at the same moment. And Rich just kind of peeled off at the last second and it was not able to make the play. So it's 0-1 on Blackhawk. Snell goes back to first base where he's there with 2 outs. And Blackhawk ready again. Wilson climbs back up on top, leans in on that left knee, now straightens, sets at the letters. There goes the runner. The pitch is low. The throw from Allred is pretty good, but it's on a bounce and not in time. And the throw goes into center field, and getting up and heading to third is Snell. So it's a stolen base and an error. Second error of the game against the Outlaws. As Snell now stands at third base with 2 outs. And Blackhawk trying to pick him up with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. So the pitch home to Eli Blackhawk is swung on and missed. 1-2. A lot of room in right center field as Osborne playing way over near the line as Blackhawk chases a pitch in the dirt, knocked down by Allred. They'll record the out at first base, which they do. It's a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout. Second strikeout of the game for Wilson, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, a walk, and 1 man left. As we're done with 2 here this afternoon, we'll move along to the third. It's Pocatello 2 and Evanston 0.
Now you can get your oil changed, have minor repairs made to your vehicle, and get it completely detailed at one location in one appointment. T-Bar Body Shop in Evanston does body work and more, a lot more. If you need to have a trailer rewired, your brakes replaced, a chip repaired in your windshield, or your windshield replaced, you can get it all done at T-Bar Body Shop. This is the manager, Jeremy Rex, inviting you to stop in for a free quote today. T-Bar Body Shop, 515 County Road. Let T-Bar fix your car.
Dad, did you know that the iris of your eye is more unique than your fingerprint?
Yes, I did. I learned that in optometry school. I'm Dr. Trent Clooney with Uinta Eye and Vision, where we understand that every eye is unique. We are dedicated to carrying on the tradition of great vision care in Evanston. Quality care like I received growing up here. I care about your individual and unique eye health. With over a decade of experience, I'm excited to return to Evanston and once again cheer on the Evanston Red Devils.
Call my dad at Uinta Eye and Vision to schedule an appointment. 307-789-3937.
Well, as we go here to the third inning, 2-0 Pocatello on top in the third inning of today's game is brought to you by Uinta Eye and Vision. Our vision rather, is to improve yours. So here in the top of inning number 3, the Outlaws will start from the top of the order. Wilson, Baldwin, and Allred. And the first pitch to Walker Wilson hit foul back into the screen, and it's 0-1. Wilson hitting .367 overall on the year, no home runs, 17 RBIs. And the next pitch is swung on and missed as he chased one down in the dirt. Wilson went down looking in his first at-bat. It's the 6th time here in the tournament here that Wilson has struck out in an at-bat. Hits that ball off the end of the bat out into short left center field, and it's going to fall. As Wilson with a big turn at first base, and he will stay there. So a leadoff hit for Walker Wilson here for the Outlaws to lead off the 3rd inning. And now here is Ryan Baldwin. Baldwin, who started the tournament hitting .244, no home runs. He had driven in 5 and hits that first pitch foul up over the top of the backstop screen, and it's 0-1. Ryan's still looking for his first hit of the tournament. He's 0 for 7 with a total of 4 strikeouts. Actually make it 0 for 8 now with a total of 4 strikeouts as he looks down toward the third base coach, dishing out the signs as again Moore goes over to first base. Wilson again back off to a lead over there as Baldwin waits. Baldwin bunts, and that's going to drop foul over by the first base dugout, and it's 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes as Baldwin back picks up the bat. And again they go back over to first base. As the next pitch swung on and missed as he chased one down and off the plate as Baldwin strikes out for the 2nd time today. That's the first out here in the top of the 3rd. And with a man at first base and 1 out, that'll bring up Hank Allred, who doubled his first time up, but then was left out there at second base. As that pitch misses down low, ball 1 ball and no strikes to Allred. Again, they go back over to first, and again, Wilson back in on his hands and knees. First pitch up high to Allred, 1 ball and no strikes. Wilson again walks off to a lead over at first. Moore looks at him a couple of times. Now comes home to Allred. There goes the runner. The pitch down and away. The throw is pretty good and in time. So Stringfellow throws out another runner as Wilson is caught stealing. 2-6. Now there's 2 outs in the inning. And Allred still at the plate. Pitch home to Allred. Bounces up there and he'll draw a walk. So Allred walks on the 3-1 pitch. 3rd walk given up here by Moore through 2 2/3. And with 2 outs and a man at first, here is Colin Morrow, who walked his first time up. First pitch to Morrow, gets away and bounces away from Stringfellow, and there goes Allred for second base. And he will reach there safely. And moves the runner into scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Time called as Stringfellow wants to walk out to talk to Moore. Now the conversation finally breaks up, and Stringfellow will turn and come back to home plate. As Morrow waiting at the plate the whole time. 1 ball, no strikes, all red at second base. Having walked and moved up on a wild pitch. And with 2 outs, here comes the 1-0. It's in over for a strike, and it's 1-1. So a ball and a strike. On Morrow. Moore ready again. The 1-1 pitch hit in the air to center, hit pretty well. Center fielder Stuckey going back, still going back, and it is off the wall. As Allred will score, moving into second base is Morrow with an RBI double, and it's 2-1. Took a minute to figure out exactly where the ball was because there was a crowd of people standing around the second base bag and couldn't see around the umpire. But Allred comes home on the RBI double by Morrow, and it's 2-1. Now the pitch in the dirt. There goes the runner to third, and he'll make it safely on the first pitch to Hoover as the ball bounced away from Stringfellow. So 1 ball and no strikes. Tying run now, 90 feet away down at third base with 2 outs. 2 hits in the inning for the Outlaws. The next pitch swung on and missed, and it's a 1-1. Morrow rocks, or the 1-1 offering. Hit foul back to the screen again. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. We told you the other day about the little construction site right here behind the ballpark. One of the things that they've done is they have stripped the football field for the high school here of all the grass as the pitch is in the dirt, knocked down by Stringfellow. He'll throw to first base in time for the out. Hoover is out, 2-3 on the putout, but not before Evanston gets a run on 2 hits. There was no errors, and they leave a man on base as well. Evanston has left 4 men on base, and they have 1 run on the scoreboard and able to get back into the game. So we'll go now here to the third. After 2.5, it's Pocatello 2 and Evanston 1.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Well, the Outlaws get one of those runs back as we go here.
Whether you're working with a realtor or you're selling your home.
And here in the bottom of the third inning, it'll be Keller, John, and Stringfellow, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here for Pocatello. They lead 2-1 in the opening game of the elimination bracket play. As Keller, who was hit by a pitch and eventually, after stealing second base, eventually came home to score the second run of the first inning off of Wilson. And right now, his run is the difference in the game. So Wilson ready to go back to work as we go to the bottom of the third. First pitch to Keller. And again, he's hit in the back. So first pitch, both times, Walker hits Keller. So second hit batter of the game for Walker Wilson. And with 1 out, that brings up the first baseman, John. Well, it's the first day of the elimination bracket of the tournament. It's also the first day of the Men's College Baseball World Series today back in Omaha. as they have 2 games on the schedule pretty much every day. And like I said, it gets started today as the first pitch to John is up high, ball 1. John grounded out his first time up. Coming up a little bit later on, that's Texas A&M against Oklahoma in the opener. Wilson sets again, looks back over at first. Runner does not go, and the pitch home to John misses down and away. So Wilson again back up on top. The second game back in Omaha today is they go to first base and again safe over there first. Texas will take on Notre Dame in the second game. That comes up a little bit later this evening as the College World Series gets started today. As that pitch is over for a strike. Two balls and a strike on John. Wilson sets again. Keller over at first, not running, and the pitch is hit foul. Off the first base side, heads out toward the parking lot area. Big basketball courts and off the first base side, and the football stadium just back directly behind us. Like I said, they had stripped all the grass off and they're remodeling areas around the football field. So in this gusty wind that we have today is again the pitch hit foul off the first base side. It picks up all the dirt off the football field and it's blowing it through the area. At least it's not here right up across the field. It's blowing it more across the basketball court over on the first base side. So John back up in there again. Keller again with a lead over at first. Again not going, and the pitch to Keller is rolled foul up along the third base side this time. As John wants to take a look at that bat and make sure it's not cracked. And they usually do. Take it and grab it by the barrel and smack the handle off the ground a couple of times and make sure they don't feel any weird vibrations inside the bat. Now Wilson ready again, comes home with the next pitch and again hit foul. So it stays at 2-2 as Wilson and John getting in a little bit of a battle here. But they count 2-2. And the next pitch misses inside and he runs the count. Should be full, I believe. Yes, 3-2. Two balls, two strikes. Or check that, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And again, they go to first base, trying to keep Keller close, see if he might be running with a 3-2 pitch. Good lead over at first. He does not go. And the pitch again to John is hit foul along the right field side. And the wind's going to keep pushing it well out of play, well out of Osborne's reach. And again stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes. As one thing John has done, he has passed out all the baseballs to where the umpire has to go get a new one. As all the balls are scattered all over the schoolyard here at the moment, as John has distributed them all quite all over the place. Again, Wilson ready, looks at the runner, does not go. 3-2, it's high, ball 4. So a hit batter and a walk. First 2 men reach base without having to hardly swing the bat. Second walk given up by Wilson. And with 2 on and nobody out, here's Stringfellow, who had a hard hit RBI single his first time up. So the wood bat tournament, something that all the kids look forward to, as that's lined to center. Again, coming up on the ball was Wilson, can't get it. He's able to cut it off and get it back in a hurry. Cut off by Rich and loads the bases with nobody out. So Keller stops at third. He only moves up one base. Bases loaded, nobody out. Well, only on one hit is all here for Pocatello, and still nobody out in the bottom of the third inning. As again, we'll get a courtesy runner over at first for Stringfellow. He'll come off. And now Wynn comes up with the bases loaded and nobody out. It's a unique opportunity for the kids to put away the aluminum bats at least for 1 week and swing the wooden bats. Something they'll have to do as they move up through the ranks. As that pitch misses outside and low, ball one. One of the most prestigious summer college baseball leagues back on the East Coast. The Cape Cod League is a wood bat league, as you'll find those stretched out around the country in several places. As that pitch misses down low this time to Win. Wilson out of the stretch, comes home. The next pitch is inside. Snap throw back to third, and it's off the glove of the third baseman, Hoover. Getting up and coming home to score is Keller. And everybody moves up 90 feet as Keller comes in to make it 3-1. So the throw back to third base was into the runner to where Hoover couldn't make the play. It's a throwing error against Allred. It's the third error against Evanston here on the day already. They have one error in each inning, and it's 3-1. Wynn still at the plate and comes home. That pitch over for a strike. And it's 2-2 now on Wynn. John's at third, Stringfellow at second. Double play not in order. Now they want to ask the base umpire just to confirm the count. I believe they decide it's 2-2 as the next pitch. No, it was 3-2. As Wynn draws a walk as the pitch down and away and loads the bases again. Second walk of the inning, along with a hit batter. And then with the bases loaded again, here's Kuntz, who flew out to center his first time up. (3-1) Pocatello, bottom of the third inning. Next pitch popped up, foul. That'll find the area off the first base side. And the next pitch home, hit in the air again to center field. Wilson will wait for it to come down. Tagging at third is John. The throw comes back in. They're going to throw it to third base as John comes in to score and picks up another run here for Pocatello on the scoring fly ball by Kuntz. And that's just the first out of the inning. As John comes in for the second run of the inning, and it's 4-1. So here is Stuckey at the plate. Stuckey struck out looking his first time up. Wilson comes home. The next pitch, that's up high. Bottom of inning number 3, 4-1 Pocatello leads. Runners at first and second, only one out. Here in the third as Stuckey takes that pitch up high again. Ball 3, 3 balls and no strikes. Wilson ready. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Stuckey, taking all the way and takes it up high again. Ball 4. That'll load the bases again, and it's the third walk of the inning, 4th overall of the game for Wilson. And now here's the third baseman, Romrell again. Romrell, who walked his first time up with the bases full. And again, only one out. Nobody playing catch or getting loose that we can see for the Outlaws. I'm guessing that they're probably down toward the end of their pitching here, or at least available pitching, I should say, as the pitch to Romrell hit foul. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A young, rebuilding team having to go through its growing pains at times. That is the Outlaws, as that pitch is up high. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 offering. Breaking pitch swung on and hit foul, as again the wind starts to pick up again. So 2-2 now on Romrell. Two in the first, 2 here in the third. Pocatello on top, 3-1. And the next pitch home again is up high, ball 3. And that fills the count with the bases loaded. So here's the 3-2 pitch to Romrell, again hit foul, back to the screen. So Romrell back up there again, still full count. Only 1 out, so the runner's not going to be going anywhere as that pitch is down low. Apparently it was only 2 balls. Now the count is full, 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch popped up right around shortstop. And now they run him off, and the left fielder, comes over and makes a stumbling, sliding catch, not maybe 4 or 5 steps off the rim of the grass. So Romrell flies out to the left fielder, who makes a good effort on the play for the second out, and now here's the designated hitter, Snell. First pitch to Snell, misses, ball 1. Next pitch is over this time. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Wilson's next pitch. That pitch is over for a strike. Did he call it? Strike 2, 1-2. So bases are still loaded now with 2 outs. A ball and 2 strikes here on Snell, who reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. And the 1-2. Again, hit in the air, hit toward the gap. That's going to get down. That'll get 1 home. Another running coming to the plate is Wynn. He will score. And it's a 2-run double here for Snell. And it's 2 more runs in. That's 4 in the inning and 6 in the game now for Pocatello, and it's 6-1. And here comes a visit to the mound by a member of the Outlaws staff with 4 runs home here in the inning, as certainly Wilson has struggled control-wise here in the inning with a hit batter, 3 walks, and a couple of hits. Let's see if they're going to let Wilson continue here or not as they go back to the top of the order in Blackhawk, who's the 9th man to hit here in the inning. As the turns, the meeting starts to break up, and indeed, Walker Wilson is going to stay out there, as here is Eli Blackhawk with a runner at second base. Check that, runners at at the second and third and 2 outs, and Blackhawk is the 9th man to hit here in the inning. Blackhawk has tripled, scored, and struck out. And the first pitch here is down low, ball 1. Allred knocks it down, has to scramble to go and get it, but no advancement from third. So Stuckey's over at third, Snell's at second, 2 outs. (6-1), Pocatello on top. As the next pitch to Blackhawk misses again. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Wilson's 2-0 offering. Hit foul. And it's now 2-1. So control certainly, and being able to throw strikes has certainly been the enemy of Wilson here in the bottom of the third inning. He's thrown a lot of pitches. Now with 4 walks, a couple of hit batters in the game. As that pitch misses inside again, he's a pitch away from loading the bases as he goes to 3-1 here on Eli Blackhawk. The 3-1 pitch is over for a strike, runs the count full, 3-2. There's the next pitch home again to Blackhawk, and it's outside, ball 4. Another walk here in the inning as Blackhawk will head down to first base. That will again load the bases, and it'll bring Keller up for the second time as now they're going to pull the Outlaws off the field as the Outlaws come running off. Not exactly sure why, but we'll take it from there, I guess. As we'll go to break, we'll come back and we'll move to the fourth inning. 6-1. The Pocatello Red Razorbacks are on top. We'll be back right after this.
Whether you're working with a realtor or you're selling your home by owner, the title company you choose really matters. They handle all the research to make sure there aren't any bad surprises like hidden liens, unpaid taxes, forgery, easement restrictions, or access issues. At First American Title, the staff has a combined 140 years of experience and a 98% excellent customer service rating. Make the right choice. Choose to close with First American Title, 1048 Main Street, Evanston.
Music is a path to lifelong learning and knowledge of self and culture. When we sing or create music, we use all parts of the brain and supports healthy social development. Music training can improve recall and retention of verbal information, advance math achievement, boost reading and language arts skills, and even increase the average SAT scores. Music's fun. Lessons can be in person or online.
This is Mindy Olive, owner of Piano with Mindy K. I teach students from 3 to adult. Visit pianowithmindyk.com today for more information or to sign up for lessons.
Well, we move along here to the top of inning number 4 here. And here in the top of the 4th, Bracken Rich will lead it off here for Evanston. Rich will be followed by Jason Osborne and then Damon Kaman do up. Apparently, the rule that I didn't know about in a Legion ball is when just to save pitching, you're not allowed to have more than 9 batters come to the plate in an inning. So when Blackhawk walked, it also registered the end of the inning. So in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Pocatello scored 4 runs on 2 hits. There was an error and they left the bases loaded as that pitch is swung on and missed. Dropped by Stringfellow. He'll have to throw out Rich at first base, which he does. 2-3 on the put out for the first out. And that's strikeout number 5 in the game here for Moore. So with 1 out, that'll bring up Jason Osborne. Osborne with a sacrifice bunt, his first time up, so no official at-bats in the game. As he takes that pitch down low, ball 1-0. Osborne had 2 hits in the game yesterday. He also grounded into the game-ending double play as he takes that pitch over for a strike. He had a pair of singles, so he was 2 for 3, and he's 3 for 7 with a strikeout here in the tournament. Little roller up along first, picked up there by the pitcher, who flipped it over to first in time for the out. 1-3 on the put out for the second out, and now that'll bring up Damon Kamon. Kamon also a strikeout victim, his first time up in the game. Evanston's had at least one man on base in every inning, and they've left one on base in every inning so far today, as that pitch is rolled foul outside of third. As they have some work to do to get back into the game, they trail 6-1. Moore ready again, comes home, and the pitch is grounded past the mound. Shortstop Keller has it at the cut of the grass, throws across in time for the out, and Preston goes out 1-2-3 here in the top of inning number 4. We're through 3.5 as we go bottom 4. It's Pocatello 6, Evanston 1.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
It's a sunny, very comfortable day at the ballpark with some gusty winds, and but it's not the wind that has bothered the Outlaws. It's their inability to throw strikes that have really been the big bugaboo so far as we go here to the bottom of the 4th inning, as Pocatello leading by the score of 6-1. And Wilson stays out there on the mound for the Outlaws, as Keller, who started last inning, will come back up and start here in the bottom of the 4th. Keller just like to see a pitch that doesn't hit him. He's seen 2 pitches and he's been hit twice. So he comes up to lead off here in the bottom of inning number 4. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down low, ball 1. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0. Hit in the air. Now the wind's probably going to bring it back fair. Coming over is Kamon, able to make the catch for the out. So Kamon played the wind perfectly and waited for it to come back to him. And there's 1 out. So Keller flies out to left. And now here is John, grounded out, walked, scored a run his last time up. As Wilson's first pitch swung on and hit foul, got a piece of the home plate umpire right up around the right shoulder. So umpire flips a new ball to Allred, who carries it out to the mound to go out and talk to Wilson. This is just simply the little bit of courtesy between the catchers and the umpire, as being able to go out and carry the ball out to the mound gives the home plate umpire a chance to kind of get his wits back around him. I think he said the ball deflected off of his knee and then went up and hit him up around the right arm or shoulder as he's trying to kind of work the arm around a little bit. Now puts the mask back on and settles back in behind home plate. It's 0-1 the count on John. The next pitch hit in the air again to center field. The center fielder Wilson's running the wrong way, and the ball's going to land untouched back over in right center field as John will pull into second base with a wind-blown double. John thought the ball was pulled over in the left, or I should say Wilson thought the ball was pulled over into the left center field gap. Then when he located the ball was up in the wind and blown it all the way back over into right center. And John with a double was at second base with one out. So here's Stringfellow as that pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. So 6-1 Pocatello on top. The Razorbacks, one of two teams they have in the tournament. They also have the Rebels, who will play a little bit later on this evening, as that pitch is off the edge. 1-1 strike. Umpire still not comfortable after being hit with that foul ball a moment ago. Next pitch to Stringfellow, hit in the air. Right there is the left fielder. That is come on to play that one perfectly. And 2 outs here in the inning. So 2 outs in the inning as tagging was John and moving up to third base. As Wilson backing up the play slipped and went down over in front of the third base dugout and gets up slowly and starts to walk back out toward the mound. And now here comes some of the coaching staff for Evanston out to make sure Wilson's okay. He's been knocked around from foul pole to foul pole. The last thing you want to do is have him hurt himself stumbling and sliding in the grass over in front of the third base dugout. He says he's okay. The coach heads back toward the dugout. And now here is Alex Wynn. Wynn was part of that very good Pocatello team that went to the state tournament representing Pocatello High School. As they take the first pitch up high, ball 1-0 pitch hit in the air, short center. Coming up is Wilson, still coming over into right center field, makes the catch, and the inning is over. No runs in the inning. 1 hit, the double by John, but they leave him standing over at third base. And we are done with 4 innings here today. We'll go to the 5th. It is Pocatello 6 and Evanston 1.
School. It's the right path indeed, where we learn to read and learn to write. School's the ticket to reach new heights. We make new friends, learn social skills, art, foreign language, music, and more. Science, technology, engineering, math, history, and health in that PE class. With computers and books and teachers and more, our brains will grow and our dreams will soar. So do whatever it takes to never miss school, because a great education, why, that's really cool. My friends, be cool. Go to school.
There's nothing better than finding the perfect gift for someone. Whether it's a baby shower, birthday, or anniversary, Ivory and Iron has everything to make gift-giving fun. Come enjoy the beautiful atmosphere, mouth-watering chocolates, and beautiful floral arrangements. Ivory and Iron, 1101 Main Street, Evanston.
A little bit of a delay here is Stringfellow, who was a little bit delayed coming back out from putting the gear back on before we go here to the top of inning number 5 here this afternoon. Should the Outlaws able to come back, they would advance to the semifinals in the silver group. That's coming up tomorrow. If they do not come back and they end up losing this game here today, they would be done here. They can go back and pack up and head back to Evanston. Their next games coming up after this tournament here in Pocatello would come up on Tuesday when they're scheduled to play a doubleheader in Jackson. So that's what's on the docket for Evanston after this series is over, as we go here now to the 5th. As the first pitch is bunted, good bunt. Down to get it is the third baseman Romrell, throws not in time. So Ryder Wilson bunts the first pitch that he sees and reaches on a hit. Just the third hit of the game for the Outlaws. Now back to the top of the order, and Walker Wilson. Wilson 1 for 2, struck out, was thrown out trying to steal second base, and then also struck out looking to open up the ball game. As they bluff over to first base, and Ryder Wilson hops back on the bag. They go back over there again and again. Ryder's safe over at first. As Moore back up on top, sets at the letters, and now comes home. And the first pitch to Wilson is up high, ball 1, 1-0. Right now, for the Outlaws, just put the ball in play. You need men on base. You can't score a 5-run home run. You need to get guys on base to be able to get back into the game. As the next pitch hit foul, back into the screen again. The good thing about it, this win is it certainly is an equalizer, and anything could happen for either team. A lot of room in right center field, as the right fielder Coons is playing way over near the line. As they go to first base, and Walker back now comes home with the pitch to Walker Wilson, rather, as that pitch is over. Wilson back in the box. Next pitch is another called strike, and it's strike 3. Can't hear the home plate umpire. He is very, very soft in his strike calls. So Walker Wilson strikes out. That's the first out here in the top of the 5th. And now here is Ryan Baldwin, who has struck out twice here today. And again, they go back over to first base. Moore up on top. Again, they go back to first. With a 5-run lead, one would think that Moore is paying much too much attention to the runner over at first base. He's only allowed 3 hits through 4 innings, as that pitch misses outside. Moore ready again, sets at the letters, looks over at first, comes home, and the next pitch again is high, ball 2. So when you start paying so much attention to the runners at other bases, you lose your concentration and release point on pitches coming to the plate, as the next pitch is swung on and missed. Especially if Baldwin's had such a hard time just putting the ball in play. Moore doesn't need to pay nearly as much attention as, again, he goes over to first base to the runner over at the bag. Here's the next pitch home to Baldwin. Breaking ball is over for a strike. Fortunately, the umpire doesn't show what the count is, so we have no idea what the count is. That pitch swung on and missed as he chases a breaking ball in the dirt. Second strikeout in the inning, third strikeout of Baldwin today. And with 2 outs and a runner at first base, that'll bring up Hank Allred. Nine strikeouts in the game for Moore. As again, he goes back over to first base again. Allred, as he comes to the plate, doubled, walked, scored the only run of the game for the Outlaws. He came home on a Colin Morrow RBI double and swings and misses here. And it's 0-1. 2 outs in the 5th. Evanston down 5. It's 6-1. So starting to run out of outs as Moore just kind of drops down, tries to come a little sidearm, and that pitch stays up and sails high. 2 balls and a strike on Allred. Again, they go back over to first base, and once again, Ryder Wilson back in there on his hands and knees. Preston has tried to run a couple of times today, but Stringfellow, the catcher, has thrown out both of the potential base runners. As Allred hits it weakly down to third, probably cracked the bat. Romero has it, throws across in time for the out. No runs, a hit, and 1 man left for the Indians here in the top of the 5th. We'll go bottom 5 here from Pocatello, where it's the Pocatello Razorbacks 6 and the the Evanston Outlaws 1.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks, and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515.
Risk takers, adventure seekers, optimists, authentic people with the fire in their belly and greatness in their hearts. You'll find them here, in a place where the spirit of the cowboy lives and thrives.
I am a cowboy.
I am a cowboy. Soy vaquera. The world needs more cowboys.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning here this afternoon. Pocatello still leading by a score of 6-1, and Wilson stays out there for the Outlaws here as he moves into his 5th inning of work. And here in the bottom of the 5th inning, it's Coons, Stuckey, and Romero due up for the Razorbacks. Now it looks like we're going to have some pinch hitters coming up here. As get some different bodies into the game. As this will be Snyder coming up to hit here for Coons. So Snyder gets a chance to come up and swing the bat. And takes the first pitch outside. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch to Snyder, goes to the backstop, and it's 2-0. I'm sure we'll probably have some more pinch hitters here as long as we go, as the next pitch again high to Snyder. As the head coach for Pocatello had spent a long time over talking with the home plate umpires. The pitch is high, ball 4. Snyder walks to lead off here in the bottom of the 5th. And Cutter Stuckey, rather, coming up to the plate. Stuckey is struck out and walked. 0 for 1 officially on the day. Anyway, the head coach for Pocatello had spent a lot of time talking with the plate umpire during that last half-inning break, going through the lineup cards. I'm sure we're going to have more replacements coming up. As Stuckey back up there. 1 ball, no strikes. Wind starts to gust around again. Of course, we're sitting out here in the open and trying to hold down papers and all the other information that we have without having it blow away is next to impossible in a 30 to 40 mile an hour wind. As that pitch again misses to Stuckey. Next pitch, breaking ball in the dirt from Wilson. 2 balls and a strike on Cutter Stuckey. Runner at first base, led off the inning with a walk, standing over there, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. And the next pitch again to Stuckey, popped up, short center. There is Ryder Wilson there, and he dropped the ball as the ball up in the wind, and it got just behind him, and he couldn't quite reach back far enough. So Stuckey will move up to first base on that windblown hit. Snyder moves up 1 base as well, so runners at first and second, and still nobody out. And now here is Romerl with 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That pitch is a ground ball toward Morrow, who runs around it, fumbles it, drops it, and then has to eat it. So an infield error against the shortstop. That's the 4th error of the day against Evanston. And the bases are now full again with nobody out, just like they were last inning. So here's Snell. Reached on a fielder's choice, had a 2-run double. So he's 1 for 2 on the day and up there with the bases loaded again. And the first pitch to Snell, breaking ball, misses inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Eli Blackhawk walks out on deck. Here's the next offering. Again, misses inside, 2-0. So 5 walks today issued by Wilson. Plus he's also hit a couple of batters. As that ball's going to be lined into right center field, and that's going to be in for a hit. That'll get 1 home. Here comes Stuckey. That'll get 2 home. Going to third base is Romerl. He'll stay there. 2 more runs in. Snell has 4 RBIs in the game as he singles in a pair more. And it's 8-1. As again, they're going to come out, and I think that'll finally be all for Wilson, as they're going to go and bring in a new pitcher here with an 8-1 score, and still 2 men on base here in the inning, and nobody out. And they'll again go to the bullpen, so to speak, as they'll bring in a new pitcher. And we'll take a timeout. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is here for Evanston coming up right after this.
Now you can get your oil changed, have minor repairs made to your vehicle, and get it completely detailed at one location in one appointment. T-Bar Body Shop in Evanston does body work and more, a lot more. If you need to have a trailer rewired, your brakes replaced, a chip repaired in your windshield, or your windshield replaced, you can get it all done at T-Bar Body Shop. This is the manager, Jeremy Rex, inviting you to stop in for a free quote today. T-Bar Body Shop, 515 County Road. Let T-Bar fix your car.
Dad, did you know that the iris of your eye is more unique than your fingerprint?
Yes, I did. I learned that in optometry school. I'm Dr. Trent Clooney with Uinta Eye and Vision, where we understand that every eye is unique. We are dedicated to carrying on the tradition of great vision care in Evanston. Quality care like I received growing up here. I care about your individual and unique eye health. With over a decade of experience, I'm excited to return to Evanston and once again cheer on the Evanston Red Devils.
Call my dad at Uinta Eye and Vision to schedule an appointment. 307-789-3937.
New pitcher on here for Evanston is Ryan Hoover, who comes in to pick up, as Walker Wilson went 4 innings plus today, gave up 8 runs so far. He's still responsible for the 2 men on base. He's also allowed 8 hits, walked 5, struck out 2, and hit 2 batters. So 8-1, Pocatello on top, and Evanston finally dips into the bullpen And with 2 men on base and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th, Eli Blackhawk will come back up. We're about an hour and a half into this one with the 2-hour time limit. So if you're thinking about time-wise, we still got about 30 minutes officially to play on the clock. So Hoover will work out of the stretch, runners at the corners, and the first pitch to Blackhawk misses inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Blackhawks tripled, walked, and struck out. 1 for 2. Hoover sets at the belt, looks back over at first. There goes the runner. The pitch is outside. The throw through from Allred is not in time. Here comes the runner to the plate, and that's not going to be in time either. Then the ball gets away, and the runner going to keep on running to third base. So it'll be a stolen base. Back to pair of stolen bases, and then when the throw gets away from the return throw back into the infield, it'll be another error against the Outlaws, their 5th of the day and 2nd of the inning. So 3 runs home here in the inning. It's now 9-1. For next pitch to Blackhawk, misses up and in. He spins him out of the way. So 9-1, Pocatello on top. Preston just with only 6 outs left in the game on their side of the ledger here as we play in the bottom of the 5th inning. As the next pitch again is up high, ball 4. So Blackhawk walks for the 2nd time in a row. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Keller. First pitch to Keller is outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes the 1-0. There goes the runner. The pitch swung on and missed. Again, they throw through as they cut off by the second baseman. As Snell thought about coming home, but stayed at third base as Blackhawk able to steal the bag. So runners at 2nd and 3rd. Keller back up in the box. As the next pitch again from Hoover misses down low. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 offering. Misses up high again. Ball up. You're going to get a called strike from the home plate umpire. Got the high strike there. So it's 2-2. Hoover ready again. Here's the 2-2 offering. That's way high. And that should run the count full. 3-2. Nope, 3-1. Make it 3 balls and a strike. Hard to keep up with this sometimes because there's nobody working the scoreboard. I think the scoreboard is out of order, actually, if I heard correctly before the game started today. So trying to keep up with balls and strikes as that pitch is outside, ball 4. So Hoover comes in and walks the first 2 men that he sees. That loads the bases again. Still nobody out in the inning. And now here is the first baseman, John, who's doubled, walked, and grounded out. 1 for 2. Evanston brings the infield up, try to cut down another run at the plate. As the pitch home to John is a fastball that's up, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's Hoover's 1-0. John hits it off the thumbs and hits it foul over on the first base side, and it's 1-1. So a ball and a strike. Two hits, an error, and 3 walks in the inning. As the pitch again down low, nice save by Allred, keeps it from going to the backstop. They had a 4-run inning a couple innings ago, did Pocatello. They have 3 already here this inning, and the bases are loaded and nobody out. Next pitch home to John. Rolled toward the shortstop. Morrow has it, comes to the plate, and Allred can't hang on to the ball. That gets away. 1 run is in. Another runner comes to the plate as Blackhawk will come in and score. So Snell scores.